In this problem, we have the test scores for a student, and we want to find out in which class she's the strongest. Now, we're not going to just compare what her grades are, what her averages are in the classes, because some classes might be more difficult than the others. The averages might be higher or lower. So let's start off by looking at her scores. I guess these are just final exam scores. So first of all, let's make a column for exam and say what type it is. First, there was French. Oh, I think I like her. She studies French. There's history. There's psychology. Oh, that's another good topic. And statistics. She's taking some really good classes. Statistics. And let's put this in a table. So insert table. And it really can't tell what's happening here since they're all text, but I'm going to say, yeah, this first one's a header. So I click OK. And now I'm going to put the class mean. And so in French, it was 75.4. So this is all from the prompt. History is 85.6. So that was a lot easier than French. Psychology is 88.2. Oh, that was a real easy one. The class most everybody got a B plus or above. And then statistics, 70.4. That was the most difficult class. It was even more difficult than French. So let's widen that so we can read what it is, the class mean. Now let's put the standard deviation for each class SD. And for French, it was 6.3. So that means most people had 75.4 plus or minus 6.3. In history, it was 4.1. So the scores were higher, but there was less variety of scores. People were closer together. In psychology, the scores were even closer together, standard deviation of 3.5. And in statistics, 8.6. So they were all over the place in statistics. That had the biggest standard deviation. So now let's look at the student's score. So we will call that, we'll just call this the raw score. That's what the student got on her test. For French, she got 78.2. In history, she got 83.4. So it looks like she did better, but look at this. She got below average there, but above average in French. Psychology, 89.2. That's her highest score, but it's just about average in psychology. And in statistics, she got 82.5, which is one of her lower scores. Now, what we want to do is we want to convert this to a z-score. Let's make this column a z-score. And what we want to do is we want to use our formula. I'll put our formula down here. Z equals x minus mean, close parentheses, divided by standard deviation. That's the formula that we want to use here. Now, for each class, the mean and the standard deviation are different, so we'll use that to compute the z-score for that class so we can compare different classes. So here, I will put Excel formula equals, and then open parentheses, x is going to be J4, that's her raw score, minus the class mean, which is H4, divided by the class standard deviation, which is I4. And so I press enter, and we see that she was 0.44 above the mean in terms of z-score. Let's complete this for all cells in the column. Let's reduce the number of decimal points. Go to home, number, and there we see the z-scores. that, she was above average in French by 0.44. History, even though she got in the 80s, it was well below average with a Z of minus 0.4. Psychology was slightly above average. Let's make this so we can read it. And in statistics, she was way above average, even though that was only her third best score. She was 1.41 standard deviations above. Now, let's change this to percentile rank. So let's label this percentile rank. And so that's the area to the left of the her z-score. So we're going to use the command equals norm s dist, the normal standardized distribution, and then we open parentheses, and it's going to be the z-score, so it'll be K4, and press enter. And so we see she was about the 67th percentile there. Let's complete this column, and let's highlight the whole column, go to home, number, to get the percentile rank. In fact, let's change this to percentages. And we've got the percentile rank for each class. She's in the 67th percentile for French, 30th for history, psychology 61st, and statistics, she's in the 92nd percentile. She's doing very well in statistics. So this is a way that we can go from a raw test score, when we know what the mean is and the standard deviation for each test, to see how the person ranks on that. So she's strongest in statistics.